There we go. Morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Our team meeting. I'm here today at the Calabasas office. There's some real people over here as well. Thanks, everybody who joined us virtually. It's picking up. We have capacity going there and rising. And say hi to our Vegas crew, all of our TLs in Vegas. Hey, guys. Hello. At the
live from Las Vegas.
There we go. As you know, whoever's watching right now, the actual event is all virtual from Austin, Texas, and it's taking place there, physically with Gary and the gang and like 6 people in the crowd, right? But we have kind of our regions came up with the event in Vegas, so the teams are there. So good to see you guys. All right, let's pick it up. And I'm going to have Rich Pisani take the lead on that one. Rich, go for it.
Success is actually a short race, a sprint fueled by discipline, just long enough for habit to kick in and take over.
Yeah, I'm going to give you guys a second to digest, right? Success is actually a short race, a sprint fueled by discipline, just long enough for habit to kick in and take over.
Always happen.
Right?
All right in there.
Step by step. Any thoughts on that, team leaders? You're out there sprinting. Okay. No thoughts.
Time and task over time.
Huh?
Time on task over time.
Yeah. You have to chunk it down, right? You build the big plan, and then you're just every day show up to win the day. It's just step by steps. It's all a matter of a short distance discipline. So, Rich, thanks for sharing. Shout out to some of our agents, Vanessa, the West Side office. Congratulations for capping, Vanessa. She's having a great year, another great year. So keep it up, and thank you for mentoring so many other new agents as well. And we have the Galus team of the Calabasas office. Congrats. It's done the whole from here. Congratulations. They're crushing. Another great year for them. A luxury, residential, and commercial combo. Well done, guys. Congrats.
Hey, Manny, Stacy States is here. Manny.
Stacy.
Here.
So give us a few seconds. We're going to give a shout out, and then make sure she's next to you. We want to see Stacy States. Sandra, if you guys woke up, later to that, and showed up to 7 a.m. session, you saw Sandra. We actually have a missing picture for Janet, but we have two amazing women that representing our regions in the company worldwide. Sandra out of the West Side office, and we have John Darrow out of the Coastal office. Congratulations. Holly, Stacy next to you?
Stacy is next to Ed and Simon. You guys unmute yourself over there.
Stacy, yeah, I see you. So Stacy,
Hi.
hey!
We're having such a good time here. We have, I think, about 50 people from our regions that are here, and just having a great time. I don't think it's too late if people want to buy the online pass. They could have access to everything that Gary Keller and Jay Papazan have done, and all of the breakout sessions. And so not too late, but hopefully everyone will be there in February and we can see everyone at Family Reunion.
You better believe it. That's awesome. Stacy, couple of words about the cultural ambassador. I mean, you probably guys saw them. Just name over after name, just representing the culture of the company. And I was there this morning in Westside with Sandra, and see how she spoke and showed some things on the screen, etc. with Mo Anderson. And then it was a moment of appreciation of this is really the only company out there that has something in that capacity. Is just unbelievable.
Yeah, I'll make sure that you get the photo of them in the front row with Amy Bloom from the Northwest region and Janet Darrow of the LA Coastal being sworn in during Mo's Anderson Summit. So I'll make sure that you guys get that photo.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'm there in the front row, very proud.
Oh, I love it. That's awesome. Stacy, anything you want to add and say to the, you have several offices watching us right now. Anything you want to?
No, just if we haven't had a
share
chance
with
to
us?
meet. Yeah, if we haven't had a chance to meet, I'm the regional director and excited to help your offices just create the best environment for the agents. And then in turn, also bring in other opportunities. We'll start bringing in some speakers and some opportunities for agents to take their businesses to the next level. So if we haven't met, follow me on social media, shoot me a direct message. You guys really, like, the team of people that help lead you. You have such great leadership, and I'm just honored to be in business with all of you. So have a great business meeting. I'm going to get back in Mega Camp.
Thank you, Stacy. Much appreciated. Thank you for making some time for us. Let's give shout outs to our teams, to our agents in the various offices for having a successful July, month of July. West Side office, congrats guys. Great month over there. Combination of commercial and residential out of the West Side office. And next we have, I don't have all the offices, I apologize. We usually just broadcast from the 3 offices, even though we have today also the South Bay and the LA Harbor offices. Coastal team, congratulations, top performers for July. Our teams and agents, well done. Another great and strong month in Coastal and Calabasas. Congrats, guys. Well done, well done. Some of you are out here in the crowd or around. Congrats, guys. Yeah, start the month. Congratulations. Welcome to our teams. That's for the West Side, Calabasas, and Coastal offices. Joined. There are more not on the list actually, but welcome if you're here new today. If you are in the other offices, welcome to the ever expanding family. So we're not stopping ever, and we're not stopping. Let's talk about Mega Camp. All right, let me bring our TLs over here for a second. I'm just gonna 1 second. I'm gonna pin the your screen so we can have a little kind of a chit chat. And where is there is? Oh, hold on, Sonia. I'm gonna change your name. The name Holly Wright is already taken. Okay, so.
I just realized that.
1 second, let me just do that. Thanks for patience, everybody. And I'm gonna add you to the screen. Do you have anybody else from the? No, it's us. Okay, perfect. So unmute yourself, right? And let's have a chit chat. I wanna hear some insight of what you guys have been experiencing the last couple of days since you got there. Some of you got there on Monday, some on Tuesday. We have Holly out of the Coastal office. We have Ed and Simon out of the South Bay office. We have Rock out of the LA Harbor office, and we have Sonia. She's the PC in multiple offices. And 1 second, for some reason. Oh, hold on. How do I expand this? Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Let's just do that. All right, so unmute yourself and just let's hear you guys. What do you give us some insight, some scoop? The last couple of days, what you experienced, what do you appreciate? Share whatever on your mind.
I'll go first. It's really been fast paced. It's been pretty good. If you guys been streaming, you can see they go from one story to another pretty quickly. I really enjoyed the guy who talked about building his database, because we talk about that all the time at LA Harbor. And he basically said, he had 4 phrases. He said, I want people to know me. I want people to like me. I want people to use me. And I would probably say work with me. And then in the end, I want them to trust me. And I can even add another one. I want them to pay me. But I thought that was a great evolution of how you're going to take that personal relationship and cultivate it into a business relationship as you build your database with Command. So I'm going to expand my repertoire with a few of those things too.
Awesome, Rock. Thanks for sharing.
Great.
Good stuff.
Well said, Rock. I'm going to go afterwards because ours kind of goes hand in hand. One of the things that really resonated with me was the first day in Gary's speech when they were talking about having this emotional whiplash from the state of the nation going from, oh, we're loosening up a bit, no masks with COVID and comfortability, and then going right back into something that's a little more stricter, putting masks back on and having that, you know, our clients as well as ourselves went through that emotional whiplash. And I think now we forget that this is almost more difficult than most people to process than it was the slow transition into the shutdown. So doing those things, they look for us in our businesses as leaders. We are leaders in all capacity, not just in market center leadership, but in our businesses. So when their confidence gets shaken, they need to see and hear from you. So now is the time that we need to go back and do those calls. He also talked about how real estate agents are so much more in tune with their clients and their database than any other industry, right? I don't know about you guys, but like you said, I didn't get a phone call from my gas attendant or my grocer or, you know, anything like that. And so we need to take that extra step again and recheck in with people. COVID is hitting really close to home for a lot of people right now, almost more than it was during the pandemic at the very beginning stages. So reach out and make those close calls, those connections to those people. Ask them if they need any help or support. Remember, as an agent, we're not just about real estate. We're here to help share with them that we're a human being, that we can provide that human connection and that resource to them to build that relationship. So that was something that really resonated with me, is that it hit us hard. Imagine how it's hitting our clients right now, going back into this.
Yeah, good stuff. Thanks, Sally.
Yeah, I'll go after that. So I think it kind of goes back to that, and he really hammered home again that we need to be digitally based and physically enhanced businesses. And some of the numbers that I had written down, we're predicting, Gary was saying that interest rates will probably be at 3.75 by the end of 2022. And unemployment is currently at 4.8%. And we're okay as long as that's 6% is really the marker, right? So we're right there. There are 10.1 million job openings and inflation is at 4.4%, and that should be less than 2%. And so when we're looking at this, we have some questions, right? They were talking about forbearance, is how much of a weight is that going to have? And the answer was probably not that big of a weight, because there's a lot of equity in homes and so forth and so forth. And yeah, so just really being digitally based. This isn't going anywhere. E-commerce is up more than before, right? And so we need to remember that that's where we are still, and then what can we do, and that the race is real still.
Yeah, fantastic. I love the fact that you got some numbers, because we as realtors, as professionals, we have to know some just basic economy, right? Stats, just enough to have a conversation as basic knowledge on the trend of how whatever is transpired. The Vegas crew, what are you guys up to?
Okay.
Awesome. So the biggest aha that I got was be intentional to drive more listings. And more so, Gary Keller was emphasizing strongly on knowing the trend, the data. It's very crucial and very important. Why? Because he predicts that there will be a shift coming in 2022. But he went back as far as 10 years, 15 years, and you can see the trend, from sellers, from buyers, but more so the ups and the downs of our industry. And more so, that regardless of what shift we in, the up shift, the stabilization shift, or the down shift, we have to kind of hone in and ultimately align ourselves to be prepared for it. So that was one of my biggest ahas that I picked up from it. The other big aha that I got was all of us, even including leadership, we must have a coach and a mentor, a coach and our mentor. So keep that, and that's very important in our industry, is to always have that inspiration, motivational aspect of, seeking and aligning yourself with great people, just like Stacy State said it. Ed will share his aha moments, but it's just very important to have, someone that you can lean to and get guidance as well. And that's the importance of leadership.
I'll go next. First of all, I'm glad that this is all recorded and we can go back and listen to it, because yesterday was a marathon 3-hour session and I took 4 pages of notes, and I can't wait to go back and decipher it and listen to it again. I'll be honest, my biggest takeaway was what Hallie was talking about. I thought that was the number one takeaway from yesterday for me. I would add to it, but I thought Hallie did a pretty remarkable job of being really eloquent about exactly that. So I don't know what I would add to it other than, yes, I think now he mentioned that consumer confidence took a dive again, and that's something we're not really paying attention to, but consumer confidence dropped back down. This is a time when a lot of people are back to being, scared, concerned. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's a great time to be making care calls, especially with the fact that with home inventory, with the home prices going above the 4% trend line, Gary says it far more eloquently than I am. We seem to be heading towards a correction of some sort. It may not be this year, next year, but it's sometime here in the next few years. There's strong evidence that shows that we're probably heading towards some sort of change in the market. And with $1.6 million homes in forbearance, the good news, a lot of these people who are coming out of forbearance, the good news is no one's really underwater because we've had such great home price appreciation. However, if they're in financial trouble, loss of job, whatever it is, now is a great time for them to sell. And perhaps now is a good time for you to use your fiduciary duty, guide them out of that trouble. They could sell right now, pocket the money, get themselves out of trouble with the equity they have in their home, live to tell another day, and get back, buy a home again in another year when things get, when they clean up their financial situation, right? That's a far better scenario than, watching someone go off a cliff and God forbid later on, a few years from now, having to do a short sale or foreclosure or something like that. So there you go. That's my add to that.
Yeah, that's awesome. He did speak yesterday also about the fact, I think at the very beginning, that because of the price increase, in equity in the homes, we're not really going to experience those, 07 or to 2010 market with the short sales, etc., which is it's refreshing. We don't want to go through that kind of market, so that the shift is going to come from a different angle. Did you guys have the keynote speaker there yet, or is it later today? There's like an offer.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin Paul. Yeah, he was here for sure. But before we shift that many, I want to go back and just pinpoint on the inventory that we're talking about. Gary also said that we're going to see that shift and that change. But one of the things that really differs is the fact that we have so much pocket inventory that's waiting to be able to purchase their up leg, right? So that's something I think that's going to skew, and from what Gary was sharing, is going to skew all of those statistics in our favor once the market starts to level out a little bit, because all those people that couldn't sell now because they're scared to ask the question, where am I going? Right. So I thought that was a big key takeaway, that, always look at the opportunity within the market. It's always the best time to buy and sell. You have to truly believe that. And, just make sure that you're understanding that that's on our horizon as well, that there's going to be a whole slew of sellers that now feel more comfortable to go buy. But sorry to get you off track. I thought that was
No, it's good stuff. Did they address in one of the masterminds, right, how to access that pocket inventory?
There was a presentation on that, but it wasn't a mastermind, I don't believe. There was a mastermind on commercial.
Yeah, okay.
But if you want to talk about Kevin Hall, who is a great, he's an author, motivational speaker, coach, He had the task of talking to us after a pretty full lunch. I was wondering where I was going to go, and he talked about jumping out of a plane and all sorts of stuff. And he was talking about his book, Aspire, about words with power, or power with words. And it was really pretty good the way he brought in some movie clips and things like this and motivational stuff. Really very good, standing ovation. It actually caused some people to cry in the audience. I won't say who that is, but if you like the end of Seabiscuit, then you know that. But very motivational. And I don't know if it came out of there, but one thing I wanted to say, there's a lot of lead generation stuff, but someone said, I wake up every morning and I try to figure out how I can add value to one person. And there's a lot of business about contribution. If you contribute, if you provide value, if you help one person get to their destination, it's going to come back to you. And if you make that a successful habit, you will be successful in whatever you do.
Yeah, I'll add to that. So Kevin Hall, obviously an incredible speaker and human being. Genshai was the word. Okay, so that is a word that by the time we were done talking about these very serious issues in our economies, our businesses, how people are mean to one another, and all of this having, just going around and around for an entire day. And then we get to him and he's talking about Genshai, which means basically that never treat another person in a manner that would make them feel small, including yourself. And I just thought that was it. This is why people were crying. and so it was a good, almost like a underlying thread throughout the whole day, where we really were talking about coming from contribution. Even so, the day was going through the 3Ls model. It was leads, listings, and then leverage as we progressed through the different topics. So some of the lead generation things that people really, there were a couple of things that kept being mentioned. I'll mention those to you real quick, if that's okay, so that you can figure out how you want to lead generate in this market, which was kind of like for those listings and stuff. So obviously, allied resources were a huge one. And Gary's words with that was, yes, partner with your allied resources. There are people who only do business because they have a great inspector and they're able to really get that business from there, right? They also talked about digital platforms like YouTube. Some people do that. If you want to check out Ken Pozek, that, he's the guy in Disney World, Florida, does the neighborhood videos. Tony Baroni was there talking about the promise, which is the way to get the referrals and the reviews for yourselves, right? If you haven't read the promise script, we have that. Let us know if you need it. Care calls coming from contribution, right? And then also referrals. So client referrals, agent referrals, and using the command referral network for that. And what does that look like? And what is your system around that? Thank you cards. And then my biggest aha was call people on Facebook instead of commenting on whatever just happened in their life, right, Hallie? That was I'm like, what? Why didn't I do that before? Like, why would I comment, oh, congratulations, when I could call them about whatever life event happened? Right. I know.
What a great way, Sonia, if you don't have their phone number. I mean, that's one of the biggest things that we've talked about is completing your database. You see that baby, you see that marriage, you see that whatever it is, you can literally call through the Messenger app. It's a phenomenal feature, but I love that.
Yeah, you don't need a phone number. In fact, in the new Bold, they're teaching that. They're, pull up all your databases from all your different platforms, LinkedIn, wherever, and you don't need a phone number. All you need to do is stick it into command, and the second you click on it, you can call them or whatever, right? So have a coach, have a plan, have a model, and take consistent action with this kind of lead generation things. That was like my pull together. And Genshai.
Yeah, good stuff. Thanks for sharing. Any other thoughts about that experience? Anybody?
I'll jump in since we're keep going here. Yesterday, there was a bunch of speakers, one after another, they all brought some tidbits of really great nuggets and a lot of stuff that I hadn't heard before. And I always feel like I've heard everything. And then all of a sudden I'm like, no, I have apparently not. Aubrey, so if a lot of you guys are looking for listings right now, right? Listings are really low. Aubrey Lewis was talking about the golden letter. I thought it was phenomenal. If you have a chance, go back and listen to her, how she's pulling up listings from using the golden letter. Stephanie Vitaka, who's near us, she's in the valley. She does like 100 deals a year, and she doesn't even have a team, and she's doing 100 deals a year. She was talking about her listing presentation. For those of you who think you have an awesome listing presentation, I mean, you know, go watch her, who's like a maestro on how to do a listing presentation. And there were some great nuggets in there, how she's really scripted, and yet the first thing she does is she gets to know the sellers better, and then she tailors what she's going to say based on their behavior, right? So it's not just about habit.
She was saying sorry to interrupt. Psychology is it's more about the psychology than it is about real estate. That's what she said in the listing presentation, right?
Yeah, what a great quote. Yeah, and you know, yeah, I've done that a little bit. Like I try to figure out what their disc profile is, and then I kind of tailor it around that. But she was even more specific and organized about that. And there was others too. Those were. Oh yeah, there was one. I didn't write down their name. They're talking about in the home buying and selling process. They created a sequence rather than explaining to people every step along the way. They created a sequence of short videos, and so every time somebody hits the next step in the phase, she sends them that little video and explains to them like, hey, you know, we just opened up escrow. Here's the things that are going to happen now. So you don't have to explain it 10 times in a row, saying the same thing, which is good leverage, but it also gives you a chance to be more thoughtful about what you're saying and not just say it off the top of your head. So there's some more takeaways.
Awesome. Yeah, I bet you guys are going to have more on your notebook, you know, the next day or two. And we're going to do some more sharing and masterminds as well in the offices post mega camp like we do every year. And looking forward to hear from, you know, more from you guys. So thank you, everybody. Holly.
Hey, Manny, I learned one last thing too, if I may. Don't hit on 18. That's a blackjack thing.
Yeah, Rock always have those one-liners. I'll explain later. Well, everybody from Vegas, guys, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Keep it up, and we're gonna learn more as we go. Thank you, everybody. Let's go back to my presentation. Good stuff, right? Okay, Rich, what do you have for us? Any great updates?
I've been getting a lot of calls from listing agents lately. You know, they're in multiple offer situations and escalation clauses. You know, I do want to say that, you know, if you get multiple escalation clauses and nobody has put a cap on those escalation clauses, you're in an endless loop. That never, you know, if you accept those, it never, you know, it goes and goes and goes. So it's important that there is a cap on those escalation clauses as to how high they will go. Because I mean, but a lot of buyers don't want to do that because it shows their hand. But it's important to be enforceable that there is that cap there. And if you do accept an offer with an escalation clause, you have one more step that you have to go through in order to make that an enforceable contract. And that is to do an amendment saying what the purchase price is, because you never really have the purchase price. Mm-hmm. You know, it's X amount of dollars above the highest price, but there never is that established purchase price. So in order to make this an enforceable contract, the listing agent must make an amendment that says the purchase price of this property is this. So remember that last step, because a lot of people are getting into trouble here in that buyers are trying to back out of it. And it's not that, it's always said by our legal counsel, if there's an argument, if you can make an argument for a point, that's where the danger lies. So once you've established that price, there is no argument. So that's an important note to have. The other thing I wanted to mention for those of you in the San Fernando Valley, SRA on the 30th is having their golf tournament. If you golf, it's a great event. It goes to the SRAR Foundation, and that foundation has grants for first-time home buyers. It also gives money to charities to provide housing for homeless, and it does great things. So if you golf, it's Monday, and I'm sure, I think probably many will bring it up at the end. And if you don't golf, you can go for
there
lunch.
anyway. Yeah, exactly. Especially if you don't golf, go there.
Yes, exactly. So I just want to say it's a great event, and you know, I'm gonna show up to have lunch. So you know, because I don't golf, even though I live in a golfing community. But
Rich,
please,
it's called being a cart bunny.
yeah.
That's Rich's favorite.
I never thought of myself as a cart bunny. Thank you,
So-
Sonia.
So yeah, I'm gonna come with a little doll. Yeah.
So if you can, please go out and support it. You know.
Or if
So-
you just wanna, hang out with Rich and have
That's right. That's right.
truck ride, but bunny ride and lunch. that'd
I'll
be
have my ears.
Yeah. All right. Good
Thank
stuff.
you.
Rich. Yeah. Rich, if you have any other questions. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. Let's jump to our market update with our affiliates. If you're on the call, I saw Kevin Kelly. I'm not sure if he's still there. I'm going to go over the trends from the broker metrics for specific market areas, and then we're gonna, get some updates. Starting with Long Beach. This is inventory, right? You can see at the very top, whoever can see, from closer. This month over, the same month last year. This is July over July, right? Look at the inventory for sale in Long Beach, dropped by 20, just under 27% drop in the inventory. That's the city of Long Beach only. The sold inventory went up by 17% compared to July of last year, and whatever went in escrow in the month of July, there are 7% less homes that went in escrow this year during the month of July. So some kind of a slowdown over there, because we've been seeing the last, I think, 7 months or 8 months back to back, just the sold and pending, there's just an increase. And look at the very bottom, just underneath, that shows you month, the month of August, right? August this year compared to last year, everything is in decline. You see that, right? Big numbers over there. Inventory sold and pending. Of course, nothing closed yet, so we don't have the actual numbers. Those are only until August 22nd. But I mean, those 22 days in the month, so far everything is dropping compared to last year in Long Beach. Interesting. Average sales price in the rise for the sold price, 10%, almost 11% for Long Beach, right on the median as of July is 792. And days on market dropped by 50% in the city of Long Beach. Median price, 17 days escrow compared to 34. It's a combination of all cash offers, fast closings, and also whatever was most likely coming soon. I guess, they don't have, so many days on market because of the exposure to the agent population on the MLS. That was Long Beach. West Side inventory, 25% drop in the for sale inventory, active inventory, 70% increase. That's a big jump in what was sold in the month of July, last month compared to last year. And 86% increase in whatever inventory went in escrow. And if you're going to look at the bottom, month of August, same thing, 22 days in the month compared to last year. Big jump in the sold, 80%. You know, if I had to guess, by the end of the month, it's going to be mostly double, close probably to 100% than compared to last year in August, and 36% increase so far in the pendant. Average sales price, higher price point. Looking at currently, the average price jumped from last year in July from 10 million to just over 13 million average median price, active price, and the sold price dropped by almost 21%. 21%. I did some market overview with an agent today in the Brentwood area, and you see that little bubble. It's not as volatile, right? It's very stable, but there's a massive drop over there because of there's actually additional inventory. It's all of it is overpriced, so you can see it over here as well. Average sold price selling 20% under. Desert market increased 50%. That's going to reflect also the price, sold price, etc., and inventory, because it's much higher price point. Things takes a bit longer. And the average days on market in the west side for those areas currently is 42 days, increase of 50% than last year in July. Calabasas area, which is the city of Calabasas and the cities around us, inventory dropped by 32%, 230 units compared to 338. That's a big, it's a big difference. Pretty much flat on the sold inventory. That's interesting. Same thing was on the rise the last few good months, and drop of 13% in the pendant inventory, what went in escrow during the month of July compared to last year. So this is, I think it is the first time I see it. I'm not sure.
I'm about to talk.
For how many months? Alex, we can hear you, by the way. Average price for sale in Calabasas went up. Look at that. Average active price went up by 30%, and the average sold price almost complemented that, 21% increase. Right now, the median is 1.3. That's crazy. So yeah, if you bought a house in average last year, 12 months, that's 20% equity, in average. Not a bad investment at all, right? Desert market, 50% drop. See that, that the trend across the board. A lot of cash, running around. And August, we see somewhat of a drop over there so far for the month. Yeah, well, interesting, right? I mean, definitely see some trend. Alex, you already started, so pick it up. How are you, Alex?
I'm good. Sorry, guys, about that.
All good.
I'm really good. Good to be back. I missed the last time. And good to see all of your faces. What I've seen personally is a lot of my clients that I've written pre-approval letters over the last 3-4 months even are getting their offers accepted. I don't know what you want to take of that, but there are a lot of people that have been fighting for offers, fighting for deals that now they're just finding themselves them. Maybe they're writing offers with a little bit better terms. But I do feel like more of these offers in our Long Beach office are getting accepted with the less amount of offers being put in. Clients only having to put in 2-3 offers versus 10, 12, 15, like we were seeing earlier in the year. Rates are still really good. Rates are, they're still as good as they have been and as good as they get, in my opinion. 2.75 on the 30-year stuff. Low 2s on the arms, the bigger jumbo loans. You're seeing stuff down in the low 2s if they want to take on like a 5 or 7 year fixed loan.
Interesting.
Basically, what will happen or what needs to happen to send rates up is the Federal Reserve needs to stop buying all of these mortgages. Right now, they're buying mortgages. It's called quantitative easing. And there's a meeting going on Friday of this week in Jackson Hole, where they feel like the head of the Federal Reserve is going to come out and give some guidance on when this quantitative easing that they're doing to put money into the economy is going to slow down, or taper is the word that they always use. So keep an eye out for that. It's called the Jackson Hole meeting. It's again on Friday is when the head of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, speaks. That should give us some guidance as to interest rates for the next year. I presume they're going to stay very low. Definitely historic lows, maybe not 2.75, but 3.25. We're doing a lot of jumbo loans with less than 20% down. I know you agents don't like writing offers with less than 20% down, but a lot of clients are having to come up higher in their purchase prices, which is, sending them to have a little bit less available funds. The 10% down jumbo loans are just as easy for me to do as the 20% down. So please keep that in mind, even if you're a listing agent and you're reviewing offers. 10% down, 20% down. Those loans are still very similar in my opinion. You do have some appraisal concerns, but as long as you mitigate that, the underwriting side of things is very, very similar. I think that is all I got, Minnie.
Good stuff, Alex, especially that insight of the behind the scenes, right? Like, to understand the forces that driving that economy for whatever reason. So keep us posted for sure, of next meeting or before via email. What do you think where this is heading towards?
Sure, of course.
From our perspective. Good stuff.
Minnie,
Thank you, Alex.
can I say something real quick?
No, hold on for a second. Thank you.
Okay.
Debbie Reynolds with Pacific Coastline Escrow. Thanks for being here.
Sure, thanks for having me.
Yes. So awesome. So over there. So give us some escrow insight.
Escrow insight.
Yeah, escrow
Okay.
insight of what do you guys see? What do you guys what kind of trends?
We've seen a little bit of a dip in the number of escrows that we are running right now. It's a low cancellation rate, so the majority of the escrows that are opening are sticking. They're closing within 30 days, and just like the Alex, was that his name?
Yes.
Was saying, we're seeing a low down payment, and they're still going through very easily. A suggestion I have, if for the agents here, if you guys are taking listings, if you let us be a resource to you. If you don't know if there's a city report that is required, reach out to us. We can send you the form. You can look on our website. We can get HOA documents ordered for you right away. We can do a net sheet, whatever we can do to help you succeed at your presentation and be prepared. So when that file goes into escrow, the more paperwork you have to disclose to the buyer, quicker you can get your contingencies removed, and we are here to help.
Yeah. Do you
Anything we can do.
Yeah. Thanks, Debbie.
Sure.
Do you guys see any kind of trend, meaning because we have this small wave of buyers that cannot qualify because they have to overbid and the prices goes really high, and then escrow canceled, etc. Is there right now any trend, any consistency with something, or it's just things are flowing?
They're flowing, and again, our cancellation rate is very low.
Right.
Very low. They are sticking, and I think because there's so many offers going in, that the agents can be a little bit more picky and make sure that they're getting the best offer. So we're not seeing issues with appraisal issues where the purchase price is having to be lowered, nothing.
Yeah,
They're going really smooth.
that's a good insight. Yeah. And thank you and your team for the hard work.
Of course.
Debbie's here out of the Calabasas branch, and we have Sarah and the ladies out in the Long Beach branch, Pacific Coastline Escrow. So Debbie, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Come visit us anytime. We're here to help.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Sonia, you had something to add?
Yeah, I was just gonna say with what Alex was speaking, just so that everyone is kind of aware of the stuff that we've been dealing with lately. I mean, the issues that I see are also in I just feel like every allied resource and every vendor, the more you can chip in and have a little more patience with agents with all of this stuff. I think some of these things get a little complicated, especially with some of the newer agents that I'm working with appraisals and values and all of this stuff, right? So they might have questions that they don't know how to ask sometimes, or what I'm seeing is the more we can help them front load and bulletproof the transaction on the front end with all of our allied resources, the great vendors that we have, the easier the transaction will go, right? So that was my note.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I don't know what you guys are seeing, but I think that the difficulty is really up front. And I think people might need a little help because this is like, with all of this coming up with cash down and whatnot.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you, Sonia. And we have, where are you? I saw you in a sec. Jessica, there you are. Jessica Wood with our home warranty rep. How are you?
Good morning. Nice to see you. Yes, thank you for having me. Hi, everyone. Jessica Wood, Old Republic Home Warranty. Thank you so much for your business and support. I'm really glad Rich mentioned the golf tournament. It's always super fun. Old Republic is actually going to be a sponsor. You can expect to see a lot of your favorite vendors there as sponsors, giving out swag. There's raffle prizes, great food, adult beverages. So I encourage you guys to pop by or golf. It's always a really good time. And obviously we're supporting our board. Also, I just wanted to say we are still seeing some delays with manufacturer back ordered parts still as a result of COVID. So I just want to give you guys the heads up on that. It is resulting in us having some delays in repairs and our claims because of manufacturer back ordered parts that are unfortunately out of our control. So we're doing everything we can to expedite our claims and get everything resolved quickly, but just please know that that is something that we're seeing across the board. And I'm hearing that from other home warranty companies too, that is still a little bit of an issue. Also, I wanted to share that we have a new marketing piece and I sent out an email about it yesterday around 10 a.m. If you're not getting my emails and you want to get my emails, shoot me a message here with your email address and I can be sure to get you on my list. Or even if you just want me to send you this specific email, I can, but it's basically showing our new, can you see that? That's not coming through too clear, huh? It's a new gift certificate that we have. Oh, that's not really showing. I'm sorry.
You can,
it's new.
Jessica, two things. Number one, type on the chat afterwards your information,
I'll do that.
your email, so they can email you. But if you have it on your computer, you can add as a file.
I'll do that.
Maybe a PDF or whatever. So yeah, sorry.
That's what I'll do. Good tip. But it's basically a gift certificate that's fillable. You can type into it and it's saying a gift for you, because we are seeing more realtors paying for the home warranty over the last year or so in this really competitive market. Sometimes where sellers don't want to pay for home warranty, we're seeing a little bit of an increase in realtors paying for home warranty. So this is a gift certificate that you can use, basically saying, thank you for working with me. Here's the gift that I purchased for you. I'll put the file in the chat, but it's kind of a cool little piece if that is something that you're doing. But I'll keep it short and sweet today. Reach out to me, of course, if you have any home warranty questions, concerns. I'm always here for you guys and really, really appreciate the business.
Awesome, Jessica. Thank you so much. And yeah, type in on the chat your info so people can reach out. And I did get your email, by the way, so thank you for that. And I do use Jessica's services. One thing that you guys are not missing, it's important to mention as well, is vendors. So if you have a claim or what have you, you go online, you just type in whatever information, and you sometimes the same day, usually day after, whoever the vendor is assigned to you, reach out, and those guys on top of it. So and that's what that's the most important piece. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
So that's pretty much all I wanted to promote. Mega camp wise, we do have some great training. So if you're most of you, all of you getting those alerts from us, if not, let us know. We're gonna resume our producers mindset calls tomorrow 8 o'clock. We didn't have them for a few days because of mega camp, so tomorrow I happen to be there. And then we are going to have Ferial, one of our Calabasas agents, feature on the Producers Club on Friday morning. That's happening this week. Taryn, out of our Long Beach office, our agent services, she's going to do a Zoom session. I'm not sure if it's going to be also live in Long Beach, but for sure over Zoom Thursday, tomorrow at 11 a.m. Using Canva. If you don't know how to, for sure, check it out. She's awesome. And KW Social, yes, free drinks. I don't have Deborah over here right now. Holly, do you want to promote it? Holly.
There we go. Hey, yep, very excited. We're going to do a little walk through downtown Long Beach. We're going to start at the aquarium. We'll head down towards Rainbow Harbor and go down there. We'll also end up with a nice fun lunch together, maybe some mimosas. We'll see.
Yes, I'll be there as well. Long Beach. I know that Juan, one of the LCs in Berkeley is going to be there. This guy is showing up to all the events. Doesn't matter where it is. Like he's just like, what are you doing?
Yes.
Juan, yeah, he's
Yes.
awesome.
One is
So-
great. Yeah, awesome.
But guys, on a Saturday morning, that's a drive of like from wherever you are. You know, either just you know down the street from you, or if you're coming from far, in our drive, 45 minutes, not even, right? No traffic. So come and join us. And there is a different social as well that Long Beach is doing tomorrow night at Dana's house, right? That's the happy hour. Okay, too much information. Deborah is not there. All right. Well, that's all we have, guys. Thanks for being here. We're gonna resume the broadcast. TLs, thank you guys. Enjoy your stay over there, and give us more information. Yes. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.